Take 5.
Yes, when Inspector Tony Catchum came in from Prince George's County Department of Housing, when he saw the condition of the property, the mildew and everything, he asked if my daughter and I could be out in 2 weeks. And I said I would try my best. No more ever was said of it. Inspector Tanya Ford came out. She saw the same thing. She took pictures. I took pictures. It's a shame and disgrace that it was allowed to happen. We had a therapist, Paul, of community counseling. I have pictures and we'll show later, documentation, where he was talking to the county executive office, asking them how long and my daughter and I was going to have to live like that. We left. My daughter went to Montgomery County. I went to Waldorf, Maryland with my lovely niece and her family, Lisa and Darius. I was called to come back because the leak was so bad in the closet, the mold was so bad, to give them a listing. And when we were back, the owner, Michael G. Kelly, called in a contractor that had illegal immigrants working there. And when they couldn't show me a green card or ID, I said no. Hell no. They were not going to work around my belongings. No. I've had too much stolen from me. No. How, if they can't even, have a green card or something, how the hell were they going to account for them? How was that going to be done? Now that's how I saw that. I even requested, could I buy the suits and everything and stay there with them while they did why they did. I was told no. So why should I let them be around my belongings? And trust me, we lost a lot to mildew and mold, and there are pictures to tell it. A roofing leak and a plumbing leak. I have a dear, somebody that's very, very dear to me. Rochelle and Lexus will come from North Carolina and testify in court for us as to the condition. And Smiley, CJ, she saw it. She saw the condition and called the county executive officer herself and asked how. She owned a property up there. Charlene owned a property up there and was saying, my God, Georgia, what are they going to do? And they didn't want to do anything. They up there, the condo association should be held accountable. So should the owner, Michael G. Kelly. When I went to the office and gave them paperwork to Holly Hill's management office and gave them paperwork from Community Standards where Inspector Vita, Sally, I don't know, her name is on the document, where she came in and saw the conditions of their property, the violations of it and everything. Do you think anything was done right away? No. No. But yet I was assaulted by the property manager because I asked her to stamp it and to put one in my file and to give me I was assaulted. Well, she pushed me out the door. Me leaving out the door, she pushed me out the door. My shoe got stuck up under the door where it hurt my foot. They had to call the ambulance, and the first thing the ambulance wanted to do was to take me to Southern Maryland Hospital where I wouldn't have a way to get back. Now why not Prince George? No, not Prince George, because I can't stand that hospital there. I had a first cousin that died there. He was a patient. Ricky's been dead. His name is Ricky Gray. Ricky's been dead. The year of his death was May 29th.
Okay.
May 29th, up there in that hospital up there.
So far you've discussed many homes that you lived in.
The last 4 to be exact.
Okay, the last 4 homes that you lived in, the inadequate conditions that you had to deal with. What is it that you're seeking presently? I know you've had some lawsuits, won a few claims, and now you're also dealing with an appeals with K. Hawardian Builders. What is it that you're seeking?
I feel like they should compensate me and my daughter financially and a new home with the deed free and clear.
K. Harvanian Builder? Okay, so do I need to do that over? It may be time to, it's 7 minutes. I'll just ask that question again.
Ask the question again.
You don't, I don't know.
It's 5 minutes, I got 5 minutes.
5 minutes left. Ask the whole entire question?
Yes, Koff, his name is Hovnanian.
Hovnanian?
Hovnanian.
Hovnanian?
Yes, H-O-V-N-A.
They need to be held responsible.
All right, so go ahead, next question.
I'm so sad to hear that you've had so many bad experiences while participating in the HUD program. I know that you've sought some legal remedy within the state. What exactly has happened and what are you presently seeking with K. Hovnanian Builders?
I feel like the builders should be held responsible. Number one, the bottom line is the site at the avenue at Forest Run, it shouldn't have never been approved for use and occupancy. Not just condo 105, because I was on a housing program, the inspector had to come in and approve that, the whole site. Because there were too many buyers up there that was experiencing, you know, a lot of defects, structure
Such as-
defects,
Okay.
you know, in their properties. And I met a man who is a contractor, initial R, right? And we were talking. He had to do a couple of estimates there. And he wouldn't accept the jobs because he said, how can you fix something that was never done right from the beginning? And he might be subpoenaed to court. He might, because it needs to come up. Trust me, I'm gonna get that name and that phone number up because it needs to be.
So did the builder ever seek to try to settle this matter out of court?
Not with me. I was told by the Prince George's County Community Standing and Housing, you know, they didn't even want to give me any paperwork. Nah. You know, I filed it in federal court. The case was dismissed because I'm very outspoken the way I am now. It was dismissed. It is now in appeals court. So we're waiting to see if my voucher isn't granted and something isn't done in appeals court, I will take it to the Supreme Court.
So presently, where we stand with this matter, how is Jack Johnson involved and other state officials?
Okay.
Prince George's County, Maryland.
Jack Johnson knows exactly what's going on. He knows what's going on because I took the list that Erica Dean, Condo Association president, down to Jack Johnson's office, and it was stamped when I was asking him, what are you all going to do for these people that are buying these homes? One, Angie, sweetheart, I love you. Angie told me when I asked her if you had any problems with your home, her windows, she had a lot of air coming through her. When Inspector Marilyn Barnes came to 105, I asked her, please, can you do something for her? You know, she said it's cold. And she's a buyer. She's a
You live
buyer.
in another unit in that
Yeah,
building?
that same building. Yes, and when she told me, yes, I asked her, is there anything you could do for her? Well, the county came out and they made repairs. I guess it's under Jack Johnson, I guess the community development. I guess that's what it's under. But when Angie was thanking me one day, and I said, for what, baby? And she said, they fixed my windows, I got my windows for, and I said, I'm so glad. God is good, right? And I said, tell me, how did they contact you? Was it in writing? She said, no. I said, oh yeah, because they didn't want to leave a paper trail. That's why. Covering up for the bill, it should have never been allowed to happen. Because if that property was not up to code, they should have never been allowed to get licensed for use and occupancy. They shouldn't have been able to sell them. They shouldn't have been able to rent nothing until those problems were corrected.
And what role has HUD played in this as well, as far as policing and mitigating any issues that you may have had with other landlords?
I was told